Clicking while turning usually screams bad CV joint. Clunking when shifting from drive to reverse usually points to a bad U-joint. But vibration can fool you, because a bad inner CV joint and a bad U-joint can both shake the car in different ways. So in this video, I'll show you how to tell the difference, how to test each one, and how to fix the exact problem before you waste money replacing the wrong part. First, understand where these parts usually are. A CV joint, or constant velocity joint, is commonly found on CV axles in front-wheel drive cars, and also on many all-wheel drive and independent rear suspension vehicles. It lets the axle send power to the wheels while the suspension moves and the wheels turn. A U-joint, or universal joint, is commonly found on driveshafts in rear-wheel drive trucks, SUVs, and many four-wheel drive vehicles. It lets the driveshaft transfer power while working at an angle. But do not rely only on vehicle type, because some AWD and 4WD vehicles can have both CV joints and U joints. Instead, diagnose the symptom. Now let's start with CV joints. A CV axle usually has two joints, an outer CV joint near the wheel and an inner CV joint closer to the transmission. They fail differently. The classic sign of a bad outer CV joint is clicking, popping, or snapping while turning. This is usually loudest when you turn sharply and accelerate at low speed, like when pulling out of a parking space or making a tight U-turn. Here is the test. Find an empty parking lot. Turn the steering wheel fully to the left and drive slowly in a circle while gently accelerating. Then repeat the same test to the right. If you hear repeated clicking or popping during the turn, the outer CV joint on one side is likely worn. The noise usually gets worse when accelerating because the joint is under load. Now inspect the CV boot. Turn the steering wheel to one side so you can see behind the front wheel. Look at the rubber boots on the axle. If the boot is torn, cracked, split, or covered in grease, the joint has lost lubrication and dirt may already be inside. You may also see grease splattered around the inside of the wheel, suspension, or fender liner. If the boot is torn but the joint is still quiet, you may be able to replace only the boot. But this only makes sense if the joint has not been clicking, grinding, or running dry for a long time. If dirt has already entered the joint, or the joint is already making noise, replacing only the boot is usually a waste of time. To fix a torn CV boot early, lift and support the car safely, remove the wheel, remove the old boot clamps, slide off the damaged boot, clean the joint, pack it with the correct CV grease, install the new boot, and secure the clamps tightly. After repair, check that the boot is not twisted and that grease is not leaking when the axle turns. But if the CV joint is already clicking, the better fix is usually replacing the full CV axle assembly. And before we move on, if this video is already helping you tell the difference between a CV joint and a U joint, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, I recommend you watch our other video on signs and symptoms of bad CV joint and wheel bearing, because if your noise is coming from the front wheel area, that video will help you confirm whether it is actually the CV joint or a bad wheel bearing before you replace the wrong part. The video will be linked in the description box and in the card here for a CV axle replacement. Start by loosening the axle nut while the vehicle is still on the ground, if your repair procedure allows it. Then, lift the car safely, support it with jack stands, and remove the wheel. Remove the axle nut completely. Then disconnect whatever is needed to free the axle from the hub. Depending on the vehicle, that may be the lower ball joint, tie rod, strut bolts, or control arm connection. Once the outer axle is free from the hub, remove the inner end from the transmission or differential. Some axles pry out, while others are held with bolts or clips. Be ready for some transmission or differential fluid to leak out. Before installing the new axle, compare it with the old one. Make sure the length, splines, ABS tone ring, and seal surface match. Push the new axle fully into the transmission or differential until it seats properly. It should not pull back out loosely. Then slide the outer end into the hub, reconnect the suspension parts, reinstall the axle nut, and torque it to specification. This part matters because over-tightening or under-tightening the axle nut can damage the wheel bearing. After the test drive, check for fluid leaks and make sure there is no clicking when turning. Now let's talk about the inner CV joint, because this is where many people misdiagnose the problem. An inner CV joint does not always click while turning. Instead, it often causes vibration, shaking, or shuddering during acceleration. The car may shake when you accelerate from a stop, climb a hill, or apply throttle at highway speed. But when you let off the gas and coast, the vibration may reduce or disappear. That is the key difference. Inner CV vibration is often worse under acceleration. A tire balance problem is usually more speed-related. A bad U-joint or driveshaft vibration can also be speed-related, but it often feels like it is coming from under the floor or center of the vehicle. So if the car shakes mostly when accelerating, especially from the front or one side, inspect the inner CV boots and axle joints. Look for torn boots, leaking grease, looseness, or a bent axle. If the inner joint is worn, the fix is usually replacing the full CV axle assembly using the same axle replacement steps. Now let's move to U-joints. A bad U-joint usually shows up as a clunk, vibration, squeak, or looseness in the driveshaft. The most common symptom is a clunk when shifting from park to drive to reverse, or when getting on and off the gas. This happens because the joint has play and the driveshaft moves before it should. Another sign is vibration while driving straight, especially as speed increases. A bad U-joint or driveshaft issue often feels like a vibration through the floor, seat, or center of the vehicle. It may get worse with road speed. You may also hear a squeaking or chirping sound at low speed if the U-joint is dry. Here is how to check it safely. Park on level ground, set the parking brake, chalk the wheels, and make sure the vehicle is secure before going underneath. Never rely on a jack alone. If you need to rotate the driveshaft by hand, follow safe procedure for your vehicle and make sure it cannot roll. Locate the driveshaft running from the transmission or transfer case to the rear differential. U-joints are usually at the ends of the driveshaft. Grab the driveshaft near the U-joint and try to twist it back and forth. Then push up and down near the joint. A good U-joint should not have obvious looseness or clunking. If you feel play, clicking, or movement between the yoke and joint, the U-joint is worn. Also look for red or brown rust dust around the U-joint bearing caps. That rust powder is a strong sign the needle bearings inside are dry and wearing out. Check for damaged caps, missing grease fittings, loose retaining clips, or shiny metal where parts have been moving. Sometimes a U-joint can be bad even if it does not feel loose while installed. It may be seized or binding. To confirm this, the driveshaft has to be removed and the joint moved by hand. A good U-joint should move smoothly in both directions. If it feels stiff, notchy, dry, loose, or seized, replace it. To fix a bad U-joint, start by marking the driveshaft position before removing it. Mark the driveshaft and yoke so you can reinstall it in the same orientation. This helps reduce the chance of vibration after reassembly. Next, remove the driveshaft bolts, straps, or U-bolts holding it in place. Support the driveshaft as you remove it so it does not fall. Once it is out, remove the retaining clips from the U-joint caps. Then use a U-joint press, bench vise, or proper press tool to press the old U-joint caps out of the yoke. Clean the yoke ears and clip grooves before installing the new joint. When installing the new U-joint, be very careful with the needle bearings inside the caps. Do not drop, crush, or tilt them. If one needle bearing falls out of place, the cap may feel tight or the joint may bind after installation. Press the new caps in evenly, install the retaining clips fully, and make sure each clip seats in its groove. After that, move the joint by hand. It should move smoothly without binding, stiffness, or a notchy feeling. If it feels locked up or too tight, stop and recheck the caps, because a needle bearing may have fallen out of place. Once the joint moves smoothly, reinstall the driveshaft in the same orientation you marked earlier. Tighten the bolts or straps properly. After the repair, test drive the vehicle and check that the clunk is gone and the vibration is reduced. If the driveshaft has dents, missing balance weights, damage, or still vibrates after new U-joints, the driveshaft may need professional balancing or replacement. Do not keep replacing U-joints if the real problem is a bent or imbalanced shaft. Now let's separate the symptoms clearly. If you hear clicking or popping during tight turns, suspect the outer CV joint. If you see a torn boot with grease everywhere, inspect the CV joint immediately. If the car vibrates mostly under acceleration and smooths out when coasting, suspect the inner CV joint. If you hear a clunk when shifting between drive and reverse, suspect the U-joint or driveshaft play. If the vibration is felt through the floor or seat and gets worse with road speed, suspect the U-joint, driveshaft imbalance, or related driveline issue. The repair path is simple. For a torn CV boot with no noise, replace the boot and grease the joint. For a clicking or worn CV joint, replace the CV axle assembly. For a loose, rusty, dry, or seized U-joint, replace the U-joint carefully and make sure the caps and clips seat correctly. For a bent or imbalanced driveshaft, get the driveshaft repaired or balanced. Do not keep driving for long if the clicking is loud, the vibration is strong, or the clunking is getting worse. A failed CV joint can leave the car unable to move or damage nearby parts. A failed U-joint can allow the driveshaft to drop or damage the transmission, differential, or underbody. The key is to diagnose by when the symptom happens. Clicking while turning usually points to the outer CV joint. Shaking under acceleration often points to the inner CV joint. Clunking when changing direction usually points to the U-joint. Vibration through the floor at speed often points to the driveshaft or U-joint area. If this helped you understand the difference between a bad U-joint and a bad CV joint, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and next, watch my other guide, Signs and Symptoms of Bad CV Joint and Wheel Bearing, because that video will help you tell whether the noise is really coming from the CV joint or from a bad wheel bearing.